بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the help of Allah, we have started to have a brief interpretation of Quran. We reached to chapter Qalam. This chapter is revealed in Mecca and it has 52 verses. Please listen to verse 23 to 27.
فانطلقوا وهم يتخافتون ألا يدخلنها اليوم عليكم مسكين وغدوا على حرد قادرين فلما رأوها قالوا إنا لضالون بل نحن محرومون.
Allah says, فانطلقوا وهم يتخافتون ألا يدخلنها اليوم عليكم مسكين وغدوا على حرد قادرين فلما رأوها قالوا إنا لضالون بل نحن محرومون. So they went while they consulted together secretly, saying, no poor man shall enter it today upon you. And in the morning they went, having the power of prevent. But when they saw it, they said, most surely we have gone astray. Nay, we are made to suffer privation. Allah is going to talk about the story that we talked about that in last session. It was the story of some children that their father passed away and left a lot of good for them. He had the gardens and he left the garden to his children. The children decided to take them and use them without giving anything to poor. One of them disagreed, but they rejected to accept him. In the morning when they went to the garden, they found it that everything is destroyed. فَأَصْبَحَتْ كَالصَّرِيمِ. It became like a barren, black land. In such a way that they said at the beginning that we made a mistake, this is not our garden. After that, they understood, no, this is the one that they had, and Allah punished them. We understand from these verses that to be stingy is not going to help. The way that we calculate, sometimes we are wrong. Sometimes Allah punishes us, as Allah punished these people by destroying their wells. From the other side, sometimes a person, some people, because of greediness, they will reach to the level of unfeeling. They have no any feel regarding to poor, deprived people. They feel no responsibility, although definitely there are some responsibility that which is obligated toward poor. When Allah is talking about these people, that they decided not to give anything to poor, Allah destroyed, we understand that it was obligated for these people. It was the portion which is obligated to give to poor people, and they didn't do it. Because of that, Allah punished them. When we look at Quran, in some verses we understand that the people of hellish, they will tell each other that if we are here, it is because we didn't care for poor people. In chapter Mudassir, verse 42 and 44, they say, Allah says, "Ma salakakum fi sagar." Some people in hellish people ask the others that what happened? Which deeds or actions brought you here? Ma salakakum fi sagar. And in their answer they say, "Lam nakun nut'imul miskin." First, we didn't pray, and also, "Lam nakun nut'imul miskin." We did not feed poor, and we didn't take care of them. It means it is obligated, and we should take care of them. It is also good to pay attention to this point that when Allah says they did not give a portion to poor, Allah doesn't talk about believers or disbelievers, Muslims or non-Muslims. Allah says they decided not to give anything to poor. إِنَّا بَلَوْنَاهُمْ كَمَا بَلَوْنَا أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ. We tried them as we tried the companions of paradise. إِذْ أَقْسَمُوا لَيَصْرِمُنَّهَا مُصْبِحِينَ وَلَا يَسْتَثْنُونَ. They decided to go and collect everything they have and to use it without any exception. They didn't put a set aside, a portion aside for poor. But Allah doesn't say for Muslims, for believers, no, for poor. So we have responsibility regarding to poor, regardless that they are believers or disbelievers. Also, we understand that sometimes Allah, at the same time that He is Sattarul Uyub, anything we make, any sins we commit, Allah is going to hide it. Sometimes Allah will make it public. He wants to introduce bad people to others. When we talk to Allah, we say, Ya man azhar al-jameel wa satar al-qabih. Oh the Lord, that if there is something, He make it appear. And wasatar al-qabih, if there is something wrong, something ugly, some sins that we have committed, Allah is going to cover it. Wasatar al-qabih. This is Allah's style. But sometimes Allah will take the cover to introduce bad people. As we see in this verse, Allah introduced these people to others. And also it is good to pay attention to this point that when Allah punishes all. Although one of the children was good child, but Allah's punishment is going to cover all the people. When the hurricane comes, when the thunderstorm is coming, for example, earthquake is coming, because of majority, it is coming. I don't want to say that earthquake all the time is coming because of punishment and good people have no earthquake. No, sometimes it's natural, sometimes it's because of examining the people, but also sometimes it's because of punishing some people. There are a few messages that we can understand from these verses. First, Allah said, فَانْطَلَقُوا وَهُمْ يَتَخَافَتُونَ أَلَّا يَدْخُلَنَّهَا الْيَوْمَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِسْكِينٌ. They said, tomorrow we are going to collect and gather all products of the garden, and we are not going to allow any poor, any deprived person to enter and ask for something. It means we are not going to help any poor man. Because of that, because they said to nobody, as we understand, أَلَّا يَدْخُلَنَّهَا الْيَوْمَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِسْكِينٌ. It means no poor man shall enter it today upon you. So their decision was so hard. Even they didn't examine one person. The punishment also should be in that level. It means very bad punishment, as Allah punished and destroyed all. So when the intention is very bad, also the punishment also is very bad and very serious. Another things that we understand when Allah says, أَلَّا يَدْخُلَنَّهَا الْيَوْمَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِسْكِينٌ, no poor man shall enter it today upon you. When their decision is not to examine or not to help even one poor man, because Allah says, أَلَّا يَدْخُلَنَّهَا الْيَوْمَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِسْكِينٌ. Miskin, it means one person. They said not even one person to enter, and we are not going to help anybody. When the greediness is reaching to such a level, Allah will punish them very bad. But we understand that the greediness has no limitation. It means sometimes we don't want to give, for example, $100, we say $50. Then we say 10, then we say 1, then even $1 we are not ready to spend. In this verse, they were not ready to spend anything for poor. These people were those that they didn't examine anything, يَتَخَافَتُونَ, they decided secretly, and also قادرين, it means they had power to do that. But at the end, Allah says, okay, if you decide and also you have some plans secretly and you have ability to do that, but suddenly overnight I destroy everything and I deprive yourself. In the night they decided to prevent deprived people and not to give them anything, and in the morning they themselves became deprived people. بل نحن محرومون, nay, we are made to suffer privation. Also we understand from these verses that sometimes the reaction or the effects of Allah's punishing is to help us to improve. Sometimes through difficulties we understand who we are and we decide to change ourselves. Sometimes because we have a lot of things or Allah's blessing, we are not going to control ourselves. If Allah will take some of them or all of them, then we understand and we regret. As we see in this verse, after Allah punished them, فَلَمَّا رَأَوْهَا قَالُوا إِنَّا لَضَالُّونَ. But when they saw it, they said, most surely we have gone astray. It means after that, after they saw that فَأَصْبَحَتْ كَالصَّرِيمِ, the garden became like a barren, black land, they understood that, oh my God, we are lost. We have done something terrible. So sometimes through difficulties, we understand that we have done something wrong and we regret. By that way, we can say Allah's punishment is a bounty and a blessing of Allah. Also, we understand that if some people deprive the others, deprive poor people from wealth and money, they will be deprived from many things. They don't give money, but they will be deprived also from poor's prayers. It means the poor people are not going to pray for them. And also they will be deprived from Allah's reward, because Allah is not going to reward them because they didn't help the poor people. And also these people deprived from their father's happiness. Because even although the father passed away, but if they make the father happiness, still they get reward. And the effects of that is something that helps them. So sometimes the father passed away and the child was very bad. The father was so angry, but after that, after father's death, he will regret and do a lot of good things, and father's prayer is going to help him. So these people deprived poor people, and they deprive from Allah's reward and also poor people's prayer. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.